This is just a disclaimer, but this is the first time I've ever produced a video in this format. So there might be some things that linger on too long or just don't look great, but please cut me some slack as this is the first time I've made a video like this. So anyways, without further ado, please enjoy the video. What's up, community of M15? This is Marczyk15, and this video is going to look over the current fight that's going on between Sory-RN and Brick J Jr., two Roblox Rise of Nations content creators who have declared war on one another. So yeah, this video will first look over what led to it, and then I'm going to look at each side of this fight, and then afterwards I might give some of my thoughts, and yeah. But before we get started, I just want to say that I personally would highly encourage all of you to not take part in this and take a side. I think all of you should just not pick a side and just stay out and just stay out of it. But if you decide to support a side, then I'm not going to stop you. But I really do think all of you should not get involved. And another thing, please do not send any hate to anybody mentioned in this video, even if you don't like them. Okay, sending hate is not okay. And one more thing, before we start, I'd like to, if any of you are wondering which side I'm on no one's side. I declared my neutrality already in this situation. So with all of that out of the way, let's begin. Now, for those of you who can't really see what's going on in those Discord screenshots, I'll sum it up for you. Basically, what happened is Sory-RN started to pretend that he was not Sory-RN, and and every time, Brick kept putting up evidence that obviously he was Sory-RN, he just kept saying nope, 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 and he put on a big act, by pretending that he wasn't Sory-RN, and apparently it got very far from what I've heard. Apparently he even changed his roles, made it look like someone else owned his server, apparently. And then as it went on, Brick just got more and more pissed, and then eventually he just snapped and then just decided to start a war with Sory-RN. So yeah, that's basically why this war started. Sory-RN was taking a joke a bit too far, and Brick just snapped. That's basically what led up to the war. So what we're going to do next in the next segments is we're going to look at each side of this fight, and we're going to start with Brick's side of this because I have a lot less information about it, and because of that it will be done quicker. So the next segment will be Brick's side of the fight. Okay, so Brick sent me some audio. It's only about 31 seconds long and it's in text to speech. But this doesn't really give much, but we'll take a listen anyway to it.
Hello guys, as you may know, me and Sory-RN are having a little bit of beef. I am here to explain it. So me and Sory-RN were in a group chat with a bunch of YouTubers, in which he started acting like he wasn't Sory-RN. So then after that me and Sory started arguing for a while if he was Sory or not. So Sory might say this was all a joke, but this man took it way too far. He first took his founder role away to make it look he wasn't sorry this dude gave a random person his server. He also muted me and another YouTuber in the group chat on his Discord.
Yeah, so that's basically what the audio says, but what I can get from this, from what it looks like from Brick's side, is that Sory-RN's joke was going too far, and so because of the heated argument after that, that's why the war started. I mean, that's all I can really take from it. I mean, I personally don't see why this is something to get so pissed off about, just someone taking a joke too far. I don't really, although I guess then again he did say that he started muting him and a couple others, so I guess that could be annoying after that. I'm not sure why Sory-RN muted him, and I'm not sure why Sorry muted Brick and a couple others. But so I guess that could annoy you a little bit. But from what I'm taking from this is that according to Brick, Sory-RN is the bad guy or is in the wrong for either it's playing the joke or it's playing the joke as well as the muting of him and others. So I think that's what the problem is. Brick did make a couple videos, so we'll probably look at those too. And before we continue, I just wanted to mention that a couple others have already jumped in, like Alpha Games has involved in this on Brick's side, but I'm not going to touch on his videos because this fight is between Sory-RN and Brick, not Alpha. Alpha's not like the main in this. So yeah, but I suppose we should look at Brick's exposed videos as well, just so we can probably get some more information about this. Okay, so Brick has a video he made about this. It's called Content Cop Sory-RN, and I'm about to play it here so we can go analyze and possibly get more information and get a better understanding from this side of the fight. So let's begin. This is just like the audio I just played. Now it's different. So me and Sory-RN were in a group chat with a bunch of Ron YouTubers, which he started acting. Yeah, that's exactly. Soon after that, he started arguing for a while. Yeah, that's right. So Sory might say this was all a joke, but this man took it way too far. He first took his founder role away to make it look like he wasn't sorry. I guess that is a little excessive. I guess this is a little. This would give a random person his server. I'm pretty sure you can't do that. I'm pretty sure if you create a server, you're like the permanent owner unless someone takes over the account. Okay, I mean, you can give someone like an admin role, but if they didn't create the server, I'm pretty sure that they can't own it. He also muted me and another YouTuber in the group chat on his Discord. He's muting people. That's me. Not knowing what's going on. This man's also being a detail Alpha Games for no reason. You guys should check out Alpha's video on him. Yeah, I'm not going to cover that today because Alpha is not a main part of this. Alright, the rest of the video will be gameplay. So that's it. Yeah. So it's pretty much what I already analyzed. It's that Sory-RN was playing a joke that he wasn't who he is, and he took it to extremes, and then Brick got pissed off and I guess decided to start a war with that after getting muted. But I'm not sure why he added the part with Alpha though, because Alpha only came in after this war started. Like he wasn't part of the start. He came afterwards. So anyway, but yeah, so not much other new information I can get besides that. So to conclude segment 2, which is Brick's side of the argument, with all the information I have come to the conclusion that the reason why Brick side is justified for the war is because Sory-RN was playing a joke that went to the extreme level, and then Sory-RN muted Brick and a couple others, and because he was being an asshole to Alpha for no reason. So that's what I can gather for starting the war. So that seems to be why his side is justified for his part of the war. So now, in the next segment, we will be looking at Sory-RN's perspective of this conflict. So to begin this next segment, I actually did an interview, quote unquote interview with Sory-RN last night. It was a long one, and the full unedited interview will be uploaded at a later date. But the next clips coming up will be specific parts of the interview that I decided to, include in there. And then afterwards, I will analyze those and try to understand why Sory-RN's side of the war is justified.
The server was basically just joking, and I said, yeah, I'm not Sory-RN. And Brick at first he was like, yeah, you're lying, and then he got from that to saying, yeah, stop being a clown, stop being a dumbass. He was saying that these things that and then he got really mad, and he said, um, do you want war? And I just said, define war. I did not say, yes. I only said, define war. But he took it as a declaration of war. I mean, to declare war first for basically no reason. And I was like, what? And it went fast. And Break was already, he already muted him from his server. So I just did the same. He left the server. He muted me from his server, and I just left. No, I just left his server. And he also left my server because I muted him. But Break was basically lying. He said that they declared war when he was the first one to actually break the rules of the first war. So he was the first one to break the treaty. He was the first one to basically break the treaty. So he broke the treaty, and maybe I may start on September. But then I explained to the situation to one of his admins. His admins were like, "Yeah, you're saying the truth, Brick. I'm starting to lose faith on Brick." And he said that thing because I said I sent a lot of screenshots and more and proof. And he unbanned him, and I came back to the server, and Brick, he was not online. So I took some screenshots more, but I had not enough time because Brick came back and basically banned he banned me directly. And he framed it. I don't know if Brick is a good server owner because he doesn't even know what is or what are the audits. So he can't even see who created the invite. So he framed another person for creating the invite.
Okay, so those were the parts that I decided to include. The full interview is over an hour long, and like I said, the full unedited interview will be released at a later date. But I think it's time for us to analyze those clips that I decided to put in.
The server was basically just joking, and I said, yeah, I'm not Sory-RN. And Brick at first he was like, yeah, you're lying, and then he got from that to saying, yeah, stop being a clown, stop being a dumbass. He was saying that these things that and then he got really mad, and he said, um, do you want war? And I just said, define war. I did not say, yes. I only said, define war. But he took it as a declaration of war. I mean, to declare war first for basically no reason.
So from what I can gather from the first segment here of the interview that I decided to put in is, well, what we had before, Sory-RN is saying he isn't, Brick saying that he is, and then Brick Brick starts saying, "Stop being a clown, stop being a dumbass." And then eventually Brick says, "You want war?" And Sorry then says, "Define war." And it's probably hard to understand, but I'm pretty sure he says in there that he did not say, "Yes, I want war." He just said, "Define war." And then he says Brick just says, that he declares war on Sorry. So I believe that's what I can get from that first part.
And I was like, what? And it went fast, and Break was already, he already muted him from his server. So I just did the same. He left the server, he muted me from his server, and I just left. No, I just left his server, and he also left myself because I muted him. But Break was basically, lying. He said that they declared war when he was the first one to actually break the rules of the first war. So he was the first one to break the treaty. He was the first one to basically break the treaty. So he broke the treaty, and maybe I may start on September. But
So from what I can gather from the second part, is that, Sorry was a bit surprised at that. And then he said Brick put some information on his server, and then he left it. And then Sorry left Brick's server. Then Brick was saying that he was kicked or something. It's kind of hard to understand, but I'm trying to get the best I can. But I do recall in the actual group chat of them arguing, saying about Sory-RN leaving. I do remember that being an argument. And apparently, Sorry says near the end, like, Brick broke a treaty that they made after the first war that they had, I think. So, yeah, I mean, that's all I could really gather from the second part.
then I explained to the situation to one of his admins were like, yeah, you're saying the truth, Brick. I'm starting to lose faith on Brick, and he said that thing because I said I sent a lot of screenshots and more and proof, and he unbanned him, and I came back to the server, and Brick, he was not online. So I took some screenshots more, but I had not enough time because Brick came back and basically banned he banned me directly.
So, from what I can gather, Brick said show some info to his admins or something. Then Sorry says he's losing faith in Brick, and then he sent Brick a bunch of screenshots for evidence of something, and then he said he got banned. And I mean, there's not much else I could gather from that. It is kind of hard to understand. Um, but despite that, there was other information which I don't think I can visualize the show, but that I was told that might give us the answer as to what makes Sory-RN's side of the war justified. So, from what I know, and the info that was given, last night, is that from Sorry's perspective, um, that Brick overreacted to the joke that it was playing, and I guess he was being a nuisance. And then, at least later in the interview, he brings up Alpha coming in, which I'm not trying to mention too much because as Alpha just came in later, he was not in this initial conflict, so that's why I haven't really covered him. Because, like I said, this conflict's between Sory-RN and Brick, that's the main. But I think, to try to conclude this, even though it's a bit of a mess, I think, according to Sorry's perspective, his side is justified because Brick was overreacting, doing some bad things, causing a little bit of trouble, being a nuisance, and then showing stuff to Alpha that I don't know where I'm going with that one, but just Brick causing trouble and doing bad things and overreacting to a joke. I think that is what makes Sory-RN's side justified in this conflict. I do apologize for that third segment being a bit of a mess, but we've gone through that segment now. So now let's go on to segment 4, which is where I give some of my own thoughts about this conflict. So what do I think about all of this? Well, to be honest, I think this whole war is really, really stupid. Like, it is so unbelievably stupid that I've seen comments on other videos of exposing others saying like, can we just not have this? Can this not happen? So even other people can see that this word is stupid and it's not necessary to take it this far. And I 100% agree. I agree with it from the start. Like, this war is so stupid. I don't understand why it ever got to this point. Like, is it really that hard for people to just talk the problems out instead of having to go to this level of extreme? I mean, come on. It's really not that big of a deal. I mean, yeah, even if they have some nasty things, but you could still just talk it up with words. You don't have to take it to the point where you're trying to expose others. Honestly, like I said, this war is completely stupid, and I personally think the only outcome out of this is it's just going to hurt both sides. Because, I'm sure there's going to be a good amount of people who can see this war is stupid and possibly see anyone who was on a side in a negative light. That could just be me, but I still think this war is very stupid, and I don't think either side is in the right. Because two wrongs don't make it right. Just because someone does something wrong and then you do something wrong back doesn't mean you're right. Two wrongs don't make it right. And I don't know why Alpha had to get involved either. Um, Again, I said I wasn't going to cover much, but he did give a couple reasons as to why he would get involved. Although, even in his video, he didn't really mention Brick that much. But whatever. I mean, if he wanted to get involved, that's his choice. But yeah, so again, I think this war is completely pointless and stupid. So yeah, so now let's move on to the final segment, which is, which is the conclusion. Okay, so to conclude this video, I just want to say that if any of you are approached by Alpha Games or Brick J Jr. asking for allies and you don't know what's going on, I highly recommend you just don't get involved. Like, I'll show a screenshot now from my friend YM Gaming was approached by Alpha looking for allies. And then Sory-RN showed me a screenshot of Brick talking to another RON content creator, I think it's TOLML Fung, looking for allies too, and that does bother me a little bit. That the fact that they're going around trying to find other people to help them, like like all these other people don't need to be dragged into this fight at all. They really don't. Like, just let them be. Don't try to drag them into this war that they don't need to be a part of. So again, if any other RON content creators that are known and you are approached by either of them, I encourage you to not participate and join a side because it will not benefit you at all. It just will not benefit you. There's no point joining it, so don't do it. However, if you decide to join a side, I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to hate you. I'm not going to like you. And not going to feel anything. But it would be better for everyone if you just not participate. And plus, if you stay out of it and don't join the side, then you won't have to deal with bullshit both sides back and forth. So yeah, but anyway, so that is my analysis of this fight between Sory-RN and Brick J Jr., I really do want this to end fast because, again, I think this war is stupid, pointless, dumb. It just needs to end. There's no point of it lingering on. It's only going to hurt both parties. But yeah, so I think both sides are in the wrong. None of them are in the right. And I will still remain neutral, and I do not plan to make any more videos on this matter because I personally myself do not want to get any more involved in this than I already am. So I'm going to you'll have this video, then the full interview at a later date, and then that's it. I will not make any more videos on the matter at all. I just will not, okay? Because, again, like I said, I don't want to be any more involved in this than I already am because I don't need to be. It doesn't benefit me. I won't get anything out of this. So anyways, with that, thank you all for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a like. If you didn't like it, please tell me in the comments on what I can do better. This is, after all, the first time that I have made a video in this format. So yeah, things could definitely be improved. But anyways, with that, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a like. I hope all of you have a fantastic rest of your day, night, whatever time of day it is for you. Stay safe, and I will see all of you next time. Bye!